This video is sponsored by the gaming app Arcade. Every week you can win up to $1,000 by taking part in various beauty pageants. Download today to receive 3,000 cash to join any category of your choice. You can download Arcade from Google Play Store.
The machine, and I'm still the fight, and I'm still the liquid metal. I'm still Indabosky.
Hey! Hello my queens and princesses, and welcome to another session with the one and only Ishan Queen. And so today we have Odumeje, who was born as Chukwemeka or Hanaimere, but he has so many nicknames. The one that I like inside is the liquid metal, or where he says that he's not a man of peace, he's a man of war. Because even me, I am a woman of war. Don't use it to judge me, okay? So Odumeje was born on the 9th of September in Anambra, and he founded the Mountain of Holy Ghost Intervention and Deliverance Ministry. He is married with 5 kids. I think his wife just gave birth like recently. But Odumeje didn't really start out as a pastor. He used to be a leather designer until his mother told him that she has seen a vision of him where he was, ministering to people. And so he decided that he would become a prophet. There's a reason why Odumeje is so loved by Nigerians, and it's not because he's a pastor. I don't even think that people take him so seriously as a pastor. But he has this courage to him, like the way he enters with bodyguards. He just like walks into the church. He's a good dancer, and there was a time they even named him Pastor Smackdown. And one thing they like about him is that he's a people's person. You can never see Adeboye Oyakilome Oyedepo and Ibiyomie doing all those. No, they can never do that. They believe themselves to be too good, too important, too superior to mingle with the average man or average woman. And last but not the least, the man is just too funny for anybody to actually take him seriously. He comes across more as a comedian than as a man of God. But the man actually takes his ministry very, very seriously. As far as he is concerned, he is a pastor sent by the Lord to do the work of God. This man has his own church, he has his own congregation, and they take him seriously. But the rest of us that are just spectators, outsiders that are looking at this spectacle, we sort of see him as, someone that is just very entertaining. Other pastors do not agree though, and one of them is Pastor Ashimolowo, who happens to be the general overseer of Kingsway International Christian Center. So Ashimolowo in a live video said, the church in Nigeria needs to be very careful, especially the young men and women carrying the fire. They need to let the nation know they are not stupid people. We now have charlatans in the land who be claiming the miraculous, and they are just liars, faking it because the nation wants to see the supernatural. The young people born in the fire of genuine revival need to be careful because of all these guys who are just fakers of miracles, who their God is their belly. And I'm sure you must have heard of the lady who they were passing to one another, dramatizing her arm because the nation wants to see the supernatural. They want to see the miraculous. They become the ones that distract. They have one in Anambra. People throw money at him. You'll be wondering if that is a church. It's unbelievable. We need to think about this. These pastors claim to be serving one God, okay? But how come all of them are all saying different things? Is it that they don't hear well? Or does this God tell them different things? Or perhaps there is no God telling them anything, and they are just voicing out their opinions, masking them as God's words. Ashimolowo should go and sit down. The church is like the show business. Every Sunday, pastors put on a show. People go to church expecting a program. The praise and worship, then we have the first offering, then we have the testimonies, then we have the sermon, and then we have the Thanksgiving. Every Sunday is always organized in ways that are different. So if you are going to church on the first Sunday of the month, you are to expect something. If you are going the last Sunday of the month, you are to expect something else. There is a program for Christmas, there's a program for Easter, there's a program for the first Sunday of the year, there's a program for the last Sunday of the year. This is a form of entertainment. They are giving people, excitement, reasons to dress up in their best attire and show up in church. How many people actually go to church these days because they genuinely want to go and worship God? There was a time I used to go to church quite regularly, and it was not about God. It was not even about the, common fellowship. It was about showing off, bragging, just coming to church to show the other person that I am still here. I am still better than you. I am still closer to the pastor than you. I still have more to give to the church than you. It's like a show business where the pastors are the stars, the entertainers, the actors. And who are we? We are the spectators. We are the viewers. We are the fans. We are the ones that fuel their ego, that keep them up there in the spotlight. And so when Ashimolowo comes out and starts saying, there's one guy in Anambra, he should keep quiet. Perhaps his spectacles are not as grandiose as Odumeje's, but that doesn't mean that he doesn't put up shows in his church. He does, like every other pastor. Some of the best dance moves that I have rocked in this life, I learned them in church. Not at parties, because I don't go to parties. But it is in church that you will see people dancing etigi, alanda, which one again? Shaku shaku. Sometimes they will even remake secular songs into gospels, just so people can be able to move their body more. I remember a time they used to sing the gospel remix of Premier Gauo. Imagine going to church and you are hearing on it, tell me, what kind of church is that where you are twisting your waist? You are shaking your bum bum. You are going up and down, high and low, open and close. And they tell me that this is not a show. People go to church these days, it's like they are going to parties. What right has this Ashimolowo got to come out and call out another person? Because his own shows are even more of the absurd. I think maybe the pastors should come together and decide that, okay, we know very well that we have to keep the fellowship entertained so that they can have reasons to come to the church every Sunday, but we shouldn't cross certain limits. But do not come out and say that people are putting up a show, because my dear, you two are doing it. There is no authenticity in the church. People don't go to church to show their real selves. Even the pastor is not showing you his or her real self. You don't know your pastor, and your pastor doesn't know you. If you want to know your pastor, go to his or her house on an ordinary day. That is when you will know who your pastor is. Because as long as your only vision of the pastor is the one you see on Sunday, he or she will always put up the best persona for you in display. This is the person I want you to see. Perfection. Don't challenge me, don't question me, emulate me. Sorry, do as I say, don't do as I do. That is why sometimes people are shocked when they hear the things that their pastors are doing. They can't even believe it. Incredulous. That is what they say. My pastor can never do that. My dear, your pastor can do that and can do more. And Ashimolowo is talking about genuinity. How many pastors actually believe in the gospel that they preach? How many pastors say something and they do it like they do it on their own? Very, very few of them. Most of these pastors are in for the power, for the fame, and for the money. Because this is a business. Hollywood, Nollywood, Bollywood combined do nothing against, the spectacle that is the church. Look at the grandiosity of these churches. Look at the luxury. Look at the extension of the buildings. These people want to make a statement. They are vain. They are all about the appearance. And they are all about what they can get. Do we look dumb? Do I look dumb? Do I look like the kind of person now that Ashimolowo can come and convince that he is genuine while Odumeje is fake? As far as I'm concerned, they both belong in the same category. One just happens to be more all over the place than the other. However, Odumeje remains my guy. Like, the man makes me laugh. Queens and princesses, I will see you next week, okay? With another video. Don't miss me too much, eh? Bye.